Stop Resisting Your Desires. Posted on June 20th, 2011. There is a huge misunderstanding in the minds of many spiritually oriented people in that they think desire leads to suffering. Nothing could be far from truth. Desires don't cause suffering. It's the resistance to a born desire that leads to suffering. Once a desire is born, you can consider it manifested in the non-physical realm, and it starts attracting a reality onto itself. The forward movement of life is created through desires, and hence every desire causes life to expand. If you resist the desire after it's born, your energy starts conflicting with the movement of life, and hence you suffer. By desire, I simply mean pure desire, or desire which is aligned with life. There is also something called egoic wanting, or what I call negative desire, which I have discussed towards the end of this writing. Your desires cause expansion in life. Every desire that arises in you causes an expansion in life. In other words, life becomes more, thanks to the desire that you set forth. Every desire that arises is permanently born, and there is no regression or going back from there. Once the desire is born, it starts attracting a reality onto itself, and the main component in the reality is you. In other words, the desire that you gave birth to now starts pulling you so it can manifest physically. Suffering arises when you resist your desires. The most common ways in which the ego resists desires are as below. It tells you that you are not worthy of living a reality that you desire. It tells you that desiring is sinful or wrong. It tells you enjoying life is not right when there are so many other suffering. It tells you that it's not possible for your desire to manifest. It tells you that you're just not good enough, that life does not care for you. It tells you that you should not desire. It makes you feel guilty about certain desires. It constantly judges your desires. It makes you think that you have to work hard to get your desires. It tells you that you cannot have joy without working hard for it. It believes in no pain, no gain adage, which is simply opposite of how life works. It's immensely insane to resist your own abundance and well-being, but that's exactly what the ego movement does by contradicting your own desires. Some simple truth about life. Here's how life looks at your pure desires. Life is not a person who judges you or reprimands you for your desires. Life is a movement of consciousness. It's free and non-judging. None of your desires are too big or too small for life. If your environment has the ability to generate a desire in you, it has the ability to manifest it to complete fruition. Life will never make you desire something you can't have. Every desire is manifested as soon as it's born. After that, it just pulls a physical reality onto itself. Life does not ask you to work hard for your desires. Life will move you towards the manifestation of your desires. It will inspire the right action in you. Life knows what's right for you and brings forth a reality that aligns with the essence of your desire. Be honest with yourself and see if a thought is coming from a place of fear and lack, or if it's coming from a place of love and joy. A pure desire is a thought of wanting that comes from a place of love and joy. A negative desire is a thought of wanting that comes from a place of fear and lack. A negative desire is always in conflict with life. There is a difference between pure desire and egoic wanting. Pure desire arises spontaneously from the space of your being. If you simply let go of trying to understand or manipulate the desire, it will easily move you towards its manifestation. However, if the ego tries to force the desire or judge it, there is an immediate resistance to the movement of life. Remember that the movement of life is activated through a desire or an intention, and any resistance to it causes suffering. Egoic wanting or negative desire arises from fear, jealousy, contempt, guilt, anger, hatred, and obsession can lead the ego to want a reality which is inherently not in alignment with the energy of life. For example, the desire to see your ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend suffer because they left you is an egoic wanting. I like to call it a negative desire. Life will never support you in a negative desire because the energy of such an intent is opposite of the energy of life. A negative desire has an energy of fear or hatred, which life is based on the energy of love and joy. To desire a beautiful house, to desire a beautiful relationship, to desire a healthy body, to desire some luxurious settings, to desire a fast car, to desire a happy environment, to desire a joyful career are all positive desires and are aligned with the energy of life. As you can sense, the content of all these desires is joy. However, when you get too specific about your desire, there arises a content of fear or lack in your energy. For example, when you desire a beautiful relationship, life brings it forth for you easily. But when you desire to possess a specific person, there is an energy of fear or lack in it, and thus it becomes conflicted with life's movement, and thus becomes a source of suffering. Life is abundant, and it can bring forth everything that you desire for your comfort and well-being. Stop living from an idea of lack and fear. Be flexible enough to allow life to bring forth the reality that is in alignment with joy, peace, and love. Don't try to force life to move in a particular way. Life has the bigger picture. Once a desire arises in you, just relax and allow yourself to be pulled by the movement of life generated by the desire.